Hey y'all, welcome to the GranMars. I'm Marla.
And I'm Marsha, and we're so glad you came back and joined us again. And I hope you tried to make that delicious Mississippi roast. Let us know what your thoughts were on that.
And today we're going to show you how to make a sausage breakfast casserole. And I'm going to get it out of the oven right now.
Ooh, Marla, that looks so good.
Doesn't it look delicious? And we're going to show y'all how to make it, so we'll be right back.
Marla, this sausage is going to be so good. What we got here, we're cooking browning our 1 pound of sausage, and it's going to go in the breakfast casserole. So, but it smells so good, doesn't it?
It does smell good, and you combine all those ingredients, and it makes the best breakfast casserole.
Well, good.
And it has your meat in it. It has your eggs, your bread.
We got it all. We got every food group imaginable included in here.
Yeah.
I wish I could say it was low cal, but I don't think it is. But anyway, portion control. Portion control.
Southern cooking is not good for your waistline.
I think mine's expanded a little bit. I'm going to blame it on COVID or not being able to get outside to exercise.
That's right.
Or all my excuses I can make. Marla, you ready for me over there?
Go ahead, girlfriend.
Our
Let's
sausage,
go.
1 pound of sausage is brown. We're going to bring it over here. I've got another olive here just to finish it up a little bit.
Smells so
And then we're going to
good.
include it in the rest of the ingredients. So,
Smells delicious.
And there's nothing better. I can't cook anything without using my cast iron.
I know.
I am just a
It just
fanatic.
makes everything better.
It does make everything better. And I've got, thank goodness, I was able to, I inherited mine. Well, I inherited my grandmother's, mother's, my mama's, and so I've got a lot of
And that's
cast
why we
iron.
love it so
I
much,
know.
because it was handed down, I think.
I know.
Mainly.
Great memories. Great memories. Oh, this is going to be so good.
It's going to be so good. And have you ever used one of these?
I hadn't.
It's great for, like, if you're making tacos with ground beef and for sausage, and you just break it up with this thing, just like
I like that.
You'll have to get one.
Yeah, because even my hamburger meat, I like it in the sausage in little bitty crumbles.
Here, you do it.
When it's good. I want to have fun
it
with
breaks
this.
it up really good. And I use it all the time. It's like my favorite thing now in my kitchen, yep.
Because so many times we buy gadgets, and how often do we use them? I know it does.
No, it's great. Everybody should get one of those.
Well,
I don't know what it's called. It's called the meat breaker upper.
I like that. Just smash it. Get it in there good.
Okay, so today we're making a sausage breakfast casserole. And y'all, this is from one of our local, it's a recipe from a local church in Olive Branch. Olive Branch is in North Mississippi. Sometimes we call it the tip of the sip. And don't we, Marsha?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And so this is a recipe that we have from a lady that we have both known our whole lives, literally. Marsha's mom used to work with her at the school, right, Marsha?
Yep.
And so she put this recipe in this cookbook from the local church, and I have loved it. I have made this recipe every Christmas for years and years, and it's so good. And it just has everything in it that you could possibly need. So anyway, we're going to start making it. We're going to remove the crust from the bread. We have 6 slices of bread.
I'm going to start that. Miss Mel was the best cook. Again, Mama worked with her at the middle school, and they would always swap recipes. Of course, today, it's kind of like a thing of the past, but they always wrote on the index cards. Well, Miss Melba had the most famous index cards because hers were always typed perfect. Everybody else's were hand scribbled and this, that, and the other. But anyway, she was a wonderful cook, just such a sweet lady. And I hadn't seen her in a while. I used to run into her at the grocery store, but I hadn't. Of course, with COVID, you don't run into a lot of people that you used to run into.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
I'm going to spray this baking dish. It's a 9x13 baking dish.
And I've got the crust cut off of our bread, just like Mama used to do for you when you went to school. Peanut butter and jelly, no crust.
And we need to butter the tops of the bread.
Oh, is that what we do? We don't just pour the butter in there?
I'm going to use this little thing.
Yeah.
Here, I'll help you do that.
Okay,
How about
good.
that?
So we're going to butter the bread. Gosh, I could eat it just like that.
I know, it's so soft and good. And then we lay this in the bottom of the casserole dish as we
We also sprayed the bottom of the casserole dish with a little spray. It doesn't, you can use anything.
Oil, yeah.
Spray oil. And here we go. Here's another one.
Okay.
Oops. It's going to all go together. It doesn't matter, does
It's
it?
all going together anyway. Okay.
Hand me that pen.
Okay, so we've got that done, and then...
What goes next? Have you got to beat your eggs? Get all your eggs done?
We browned our 1 pound of sausage, and we need to beat 6 eggs. Let me get that butter off of there. So we've got 4 in our bowl. I'm going to do 2 more.
How much cheese?
I love these eggs. They're brown eggs. Is that what you buy all the time?
Yeah, Dayla, my daughter, you'll hear me mention her name. She's just, they've got to be organic and they got to be brown.
They're organic.
So she's got me paying these extraordinary prices. Everybody says, well, just get you a few hens or chickens. It's like, I don't really want hens or chickens in my backyard.
They're so pretty.
They are, but they're such a mess.
So we're going to beat these eggs, and we need 1.5 cups of that.
Okay, let me get to work on
cheese.
this. This is the best way to build your biceps right here.
We're working out and cooking at the same time.
Let's see, I think we'd probably have to work out. We have to do this for about 3 hours to probably a half a serving of that. I know.
We're going to have to cook a lot.
I know.
And then the more we
These
cook,
are the facts.
the more we eat.
That's the problem, Marla.
Are you like me? This is the way I am. I'll be cooking, I'll be working on one meal and thinking about the next one.
Yeah. Always.
What am I going to cook?
What are we going to have
next?
tonight?
Yeah. Like making lunch and thinking about dinner.
We're bad.
Yeah.
We love to cook, we love to eat, and we love to share it with our friends too.
I mean, it's just what it's all about.
Getting together with friends and having your family get together. And again, we're going to say that and stress that in every meal because that's what food is all about. It's not about, even I catch myself, oh, we got to eat quick. I'm not going to even sit down. I will stand here at the bar and eat a salad. It's like, why?
Yeah.
This is the time you should be sitting down together
Just
and
eat
talking
and
and catching up.
And that's why this casserole is so great when you're getting your family together, because you can do it the day before. Actually, you're even supposed to do it the day before. Put it in the refrigerator, and then the next morning you just pull it out, and you can put it in the oven, and then you've got everything you need right there. It's easy, and you get to spend more family time.
Right. And you can also freeze it.
You can freeze it.
They're always good to
yes.
freeze. I know when I went up, I spent Christmas with my daughter, her husband, and my new grandson at Christmas. We took one up frozen. No, I didn't take it up frozen. I made it there, and then we went upstate New York for Christmas. Took the frozen casserole. We never got around to eating it. So she brought the frozen casserole back, but that's okay. It will last, and she'll be glad, really glad, when she can pull it out one time. It's like when you're sitting there going, what am I going to eat? Or company's here for breakfast.
Remember, my mama left that sausage breakfast casserole for me.
Thank goodness. Okay, I got the cheese done.
Okay, so now what we do, we've drained our sausage, and we can put this over. Marsha, you might want to help me do this. So I've got to put this over the bread.
Okay, what I'm going to do first is it's hot, so I'm going to get it. All right.
There we go.
Oh, that looks so good. And it even, again, looks better because we've got a black skillet.
Yeah, the cast iron skillet is the way to go. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to spread that around all over the top of the bread slices, the buttered bread slices. Okay, and so the next thing that we do is we sprinkle our cheese over that. And we need 1.5 cups.
All right, and I'm going to just kind of, I would say that's
Eyeball
a cup.
Yeah, I would say that.
I'm bad about not measuring, except when you're baking. Baking is a science, and you have to follow it to the T, or you're going to have a disaster.
Yeah. You know what? I have to measure everything, though. I just have to measure it.
Oh, even something like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just have to measure. I'm just one of those people.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. I've been known to have a few disasters because I didn't measure.
I'm sure it turned out just as fine.
Well, it did, but
I'm just kind of weird about that. So now with the eggs, we mix 2 cups of half and half, and there's 2 cups in here. Alrighty, dump that. Okay, and then we need a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
We're gonna mix that in here.
Got these new teaspoons. I'm so excited about them because you know when
Those
they
are
fall
so
off the ring, what happens? That you can't find one, or the one you want is not the right one. So yeah, I love these.
Those are cute.
Order them from Amazon. I mean, that's the way to go these days, especially when you don't like to get out and get amongst people with the awful COVID. I don't have my glasses on, Margaret.
Oh, one teaspoon.
Is that a teaspoon? It looked like it, but I just thought I'd ask.
Can you see that?
I can see that.
Okay,
There you go.
Okay, good. So we'll mix this up. Okay, and then we pour this over the bread, the sausage, and the cheese.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
Yep, and so what you do is you cover it up and you put it in your refrigerator and you let it chill overnight. And then you just put it in a 350 oven the next morning. You're supposed to let it sit out for about 15 minutes so it comes to, you know, it's not so cold. And then you cook it for about 45 minutes or until it's set. And then it makes about 8 servings. So, you know, you can serve quite a few people with it.
Good. Looks good.
It's going to be good.
We're going to have to let Miss Melba know how much we've enjoyed her recipe.
So, yep, so we'll have to let her know. So now we're just put it in our oven.
Hello, I'm Marsha Perkins with the 2 GranMars.
And I'm Marla Voyles, and we have some tips for you today. And my tip is when you're cooking, no matter what it is or for however long the recipe says, always set a timer. Set your phone timer or your microwave timer. That works great because even though you think you're going to remember, there are so many distractions in this world today and at our homes, and there's always something happening you're not probably going to remember. So set a timer, and that way then when you hear it going off, you're like, oh no, I've got to go check my pie. So it's very helpful to do that. And another tip is when you have a recipe that says something for 35 minutes, always set your timer for less than is called for in the recipe, and that way you know about how much longer you're going to need. That's my tip. What's yours, Marsha?
That's a good one, Marla. I have burnt bread. I mean, I'm a great cook, but when it comes to bread, I burn it every time.
Gotta set a timer.
Okay, my tip today is, how many times have you gotten your new plastic bowl and you put spaghetti in it or soup, something
so
with like
many.
a tomato base, and you can't get that stain off of it. So, and obviously it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I take food to a lot of people, so I don't like it to look nasty. So the thing to do is put a little olive oil in here, rub it around the whole bowl just like that, and that will prevent that tomato stain from being in your plastic bowl.
What a great idea.
Thank you. Very simple, but just little things that will make
I
such
know,
a difference
just
in your
that little
kitchen.
thing, and you save your
I know.
plasticware.
And it won't look bad when you take it to
That's
food
right.
to friends. Yeah.
All right, that's our tips for the day. Thank y'all for watching.
Oh, I can't wait to eat that casserole. Girl, let's get
it
I
out.
can smell it. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Smells
see.
so good.
Oh, it sure does. Look at this delicious casserole. I gotta just hold it up so you can all see it. I wish you could smell
Is that
it.
hot? You need this?
No, it's not that hot. All right. Okay, let's go over here and have some. I'm gonna get the coffee.
Okay.
And
I'll meet you over
Didn't
there.
you make an orange juice cake?
I did make
See,
an
now
orange
we
juice
have met all of our food groups. We've got an orange juice cake. We have meat, sausage. We have the meat as a sausage, the egg, the cheese. There's some bread under there.
Yep.
Butter.
This covers everything.
It does.
Let's
It does.
go.
Okay.
So here we are with our breakfast casserole.
Boy, it looks good. We also have, look at this orange juice cake. I wish y'all could smell it. I know that's just so cliche to say in a cooking show, but it smells so good. Marla made this. She treated us today with one of her delicious desserts. We had every food group imaginable covered: orange juice, bread, sausage, eggs, cheese,
Yeah.
and coffee.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's dig in, Marla.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Let me get some for you. So good, and this was so easy to make and so quick.
It really was. Y'all saw how fast we made it just standing over there. And another thing, just something that I try to do that really makes cooking go easier, it also makes sure you don't leave things out, is to pre-measure your things. As you can see, we had our cheese that we cut. We knew exactly what the cups that we needed to grade. We had the salt, the measuring spoon right there. So think about that, like, because I do the same thing. I'm bad at let's make this, and all of a sudden you grab here, you grab there, you grab that, and then you think, I didn't put the eggs in it, or I didn't put something in it. But if you already had it pre-measure out, it makes it go faster, and you don't leave things out.
Yeah, good idea. Good tip.
Hello, I'm Marsha Perkins with the 2 GranMars.
And I'm Marla Voyles, and we have some tips for you today that we have learned in our time of cooking. And one of my favorite kitchen gadgets that I have in my home is this meat chopper. And when you're cooking ground beef and you just can't seem to get it broken up enough, but as it's browned, after it's browned, you can take this and chop your meat, and it's perfect for tacos or just whatever you're cooking. It works really good. So everybody needs to have one of these in their kitchens. What's your tip, Marsha?
My tip is, but I'm going to say something about that. I really like my meat broken down into small pieces, like for chili, spaghetti, and it works perfect. Marla introduced me to that, and I really like it too. Mine is, this is something that I never did until I actually read this, but when you're cooking beans or like eggs, do not salt them until the end. So it keeps them tender. But if you put the salt in there before and then cook the beans in it, it makes them tougher, or it makes them longer to soft. Same with like scrambled eggs. Salt and pepper them at the end, not at the beginning.
That's a great tip.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for watching.
Thank you.
All right, let's eat some of this. Let's
Cheers.
Let's toast to Miss
Let's
Melba.
toast. Oh, thank you, Miss Melba, for giving us this wonderful recipe. It is so good.
It is good.
And we're so happy to be able to share it, and we know everybody else is going to enjoy it as much as we did.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good day, and y'all tune back in. We'll have some more episodes soon.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. And again, everything that you see us do, we might not have showed you everything, but again, you'll get to see this made, and so just
And
keep that in
more.
mind, and more. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
And a roast is so easy to do. You just sear it, and you can put it in the oven, or you can just put it in your pan on top of the stove, or you can put it in the crock pot. And you don't have to make the Mississippi roast. There's thousands of different ways to make a roast, but the thing is, it just makes your house smell so good, and it just gives you such a warm feeling to have something cooking and already ready to eat.
When you come home, really from anywhere, but again, that's where we always had our roast. Was on Sunday, sit down, eat your roast, then Daddy would go watch sports, and we went outside and played.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is probably done on this side. Let me get, what did y'all have, Marla, for your sides when y'all were growing up?
Well, we would have mashed potatoes and gravy and butter beans and,
English
corn.
peas.
Just the
Did y'all have
regular.
English peas?
Love the
I don't
little
know.
sewer English peas.
Always had the English peas and potatoes.
yeah.
I can't really cook a roast without doing it with potatoes and carrots. You just have to have those potatoes and carrots ready to dive in when you're cooking your roast.
Yeah, they just go so well with it, and the onions in there, and it was just so delicious. But we always had vegetables, fresh vegetables all the time.
Today we're making this one, and we're going to cook it in a crock pot. You can do it several different ways, depends on just what you're comfortable with. Again, my mama always cooked it on top of the stove, which most people either put it in the oven or the crock pot. But if you cook it in the oven on low, well, when I say low, like 275 for about 4 hours, it will be so tender and
Fall
good.
apart.
Yeah.
This is pretty.
It is pretty.
Pretty onion.
We're really into color, so I guess you can tell, like, if it doesn't have color, and it's just not good.
It's got to be, you eat with your eyes first.
That's
you
right.
know.
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And so we've got a packet of ranch dressing here, the dry seasoning that we're going to sprinkle all on top. Oh, it's going to be so good. And then we have a packet of the au jus gravy mix. You can use au jus mix or brown gravy mix. Did you put the broth in?
Here it is. This is it's just beef broth that we're going to add to it.
Okay, and then the ingredient that makes this roast the most special of all are these peppercini peppers. They give it the best flavor. I mean, it's just amazing what kind of flavor it does for this roast. And then the thing that really kicks it off, and we're going to put that little bit of juice in there because that makes it delicious. The last thing we're going to do is put a whole stick of butter right in the middle because that's
The more butter, the better.
The more butter.
Better.
I mean, everything's better with butter.
Yeah.
So,
But the measuring thing is it's half a stick. I mean, it's a whole stick of butter or it's
half a cup.
Half a cup.
Yep. And so that's it. Basically, that's your Mississippi roast, and then you put it in the crock pot, and we let it cook. You can let it cook for 8 hours.
You can call it whatever kind of roast you want.
Yep,
But I
me
have to
too.
have potatoes and carrots with it. But the Mississippi roast, as you know, as simple as it is, only like 4 ingredients. So we added, so you'll know, we chopped some potatoes and carrots. We've got onions, and I also threw a few cloves of garlic in here.